Shalom, and welcome to Taking the Head of Jesus Part 2. Cut off the head and the body shall die. I decided to do this with no music. We're going to see how it goes. And I'm going to start off at Isaiah 45:5. Now, in the first video, I brought out the real, true, and only name of the Creator. So when you hear me say Lord God in this video, words like that, I don't want people to say, well, I read the KJV and that's not in the KJV, so he's not reading the same book. I'm reading out of the KJV, and I'm going to read exactly what it says in the KJV to prove this story is false. Isaiah 45:5. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. You heard the Creator just tell you, there's none beside him, there's none else. It's just him. So what is the lie these Christians tell you that Jesus is in heaven sitting at the right hand of God? What is that? That's complete lie. You know, that makes no sense at all. But let's go through the genealogy. Let's get this genealogy thing straight. Go to Matthew, the first chapter. First page of the New Testament. Most people don't comprehend or understand where this book they call the Bible came from or what's in it. They don't know Hebrew Israelites did not write the New Testament. Let me repeat that. Hebrew Israelites did not write the New Testament. They did not write the New Testament. They did not write the Apocrypha. I mean, you got to do your research. All right. Chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David, red flag, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob. It's going to go on and on. It is going to give you the genealogy of Jesus. And it's going to go from Abraham to David, from David to Joseph, from Joseph to Jesus. Now, notice I said red flag. Right there. That should be a red flag. If they're giving you Joseph's genealogy and Joseph is a descendant from David and Joseph to Jesus, that's how Jesus is connected to David. That should be a red flag because the story goes Mary was already pregnant when she got with Joseph. And Christians tell you, you know, Jesus is the only begotten son of the Creator. Now to further show you their position on this, go to Revelations 22, chapter 16. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. So now they even have Jesus himself telling you he's the offspring of David. Women don't carry the seed. Only men carry the seed. So this is why they had to give you the lineage of Joseph to Jesus to connect this Jesus character with David. But why do that? And we can plainly see there's a lie. Something's going on here because on one hand they'll tell you he's the only begotten son of God. And then on the other hand, in this book, they connect his lineage to David through Joseph, a man who clearly was not his father. I'm going to show you why they want to tie this Jesus to David. Go to Ezekiel chapter 34, and I'm going to start reading at verse 22. And if you don't know, these are future prophecies. This is the Creator talking. These are future prophecies. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. He's talking about Israel. And I will judge between cattle and cattle, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them. Even my servant David, he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, the Lord, will be their God, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. The Creator is telling you right there that when his kingdom is set back up, David is going to be prince over his people. So this is why they have to connect this Jesus character to David, because they know Anybody who has any understanding of this book can go back and read and find out, wait a minute, Jesus is not going to be the king, because that's what Christians will tell you. Jesus is coming back to set up, to create his temple, to create his house, to create his kingdom or whatever. But no, David's descendants are going to set that up. They're going to be the shepherd. Go to Ezekiel chapter 37, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 21. Yeah, I think I'll pick it up at verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen when they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations. He's talking about merging Yahudah back with Israel. Remember, they were split after Solomon's death. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children's children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. This is why they try so desperately, and they throw that lie out there about Jesus being David's offspring. David's offspring is going to be the prince of this kingdom the Creator is coming to set up forever. Now we know, if you go back to Genesis and you see, once man got ate of the fruit of the tree of good and evil, the Creator stopped them, kicked them out of the garden so they wouldn't eat of the tree of life and live forever. So we know when it says David will be their prince forever, we know this means David's descendants will sit on the throne. Not Jesus. It doesn't say Jesus. It says David. This is why they lie and they try this foolery to get you to see that Jesus is related to David somehow, which makes no sense. That should be a red flag in anybody's mind when they see that in this Bible, because the story goes, Jesus is the only begotten son of the Creator. So which is it? Is he kin to David, or is he the only begotten son of the Creator? It can't be both. That should be plain as the nose on your face. But these scriptures I just pointed out, I just want you to see the contradictions. I mean, you got to, most people don't read the Bible for themselves. They feel like going to church, listening to a pastor, learning a couple scriptures is good enough. And it's not. You got to go in here and you got to read this and you got to see. Most people run around believing this Jesus lie, never even seen these chapters in Ezekiel. They have no idea, they have no knowledge of this book. They're just going off word of mouth or what somebody told them. So go in here and check these parts out. Look for part 3. We're going to hit on some more things. We're just going to go in deeper. I got a lot of things to bring out and a lot of questions to ask. And if you're a Christian and you feel it, leave me a comment. Don't be afraid to leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Challenge me on some of these things. It's good to have a healthy conversation about these things, because what I see, it's a lie from what I can see. But if you feel I'm in error, leave a comment and let me know. And maybe, I don't think you can correct me, but I'm not going to act like I'm Mr. Know-It-All. But I know a lie when I see one. Shalom.